I found the businessman's stash. I, 18M, was walking to the local pharmacy around 45 minutes ago, on my way to pick up some antibiotics and a rain energy drink. As I left my housing, a beautiful bunkhouse just in front of a well-maintained bike path, sadly I share this lodging with 7 others whom I desperately hate. I noticed a sharply dressed man sitting on a bench just beyond our privacy fence. He was around 30, slightly balding, with a fantastically tailored black suit. Just as I was leaving our gate, locking it behind me, the fancy man got up and started waking away down the little bike path towards a footbridge that spans a small creek. I walked a good 50 feet behind him. As he turned to the bridge, I noticed he had a yellow box of some kind in his hand. I dismissed the box and the man until just after the bridge he got off of the path and began down the small slope towards the creek. This I found odd, as it is 20 degrees Fahrenheit outside, so not the weather for a dip in the creek. The man got down on eye level with the supports of the bridge and began rustling around the fallen leaves. He then took his yellow box and pushed it back into a large gap between the bridge and the bike path, quickly covering the box with leaves to obscure it from view. I was completely bewildered. I thought to myself, for what reason would you go through this trouble? Of course, my mind immediately went to illegal medicine drop-off, which piqued my interest, as I am a degenerate who enjoys the occasional illicit substance. So as the man was climbing up the small slope again, I promised myself after my trip to the pharmacy I would investigate. After my trip to the pharmacy was done, more legal drugs tucked in my coat pocket, I made my way to the scene of earlier events. I was concerned that if it was a drop-off of some kind, the box would have already been taken. So with a good deal of anticipation, I sat down my newly acquired energy drink on a rock and slid down the hillside to the supports of the bridge. There under the leaves the fancy man had placed there was the yellow box. Only, it wasn't just a yellow box. It was a cornflakes box, sealed at the top. I wasn't too disappointed, certainly confused and surprised. Content to leave his cornflake stash be, I covered it back up and began up the hill when I realized, what if the drugs are inside the cornflake box? Any smart person would reglue the top of the box. So again excited, I revealed the box again, turned it over and opened it up. Inside there was a full bag of cornflakes, not even opened. Defeated, I made my way up the hill to home, my mind racing, trying to decipher the reason for the fancy man's cornflake stash.